Welcome to Tune vs. Spear. This is W. Spear Titsworth reviewing one new record and one old record. Today's new record is Altin Gun Garip. Altin Gun is a Turkish band, and this is their fourth or fifth record. I don't know. I got most of their records. There's some different things about this. It's got a new lineup. This time they got a different lineup. That means it's a lineup without the singer that used to be in all the records called Merv. Merv was a really good singer. She's doing her own music now. To take a look at her Instagram, you can see what's going on with Merv. When this record come out, a lot of people going, "Oh, where'd Merv? Oh, I miss Merv. I ain't got no Merv in here." Turned out Merv's making her own music, and that's great. Now you got more than one awesome Turkish band. You're gonna have at least two. I don't know how many bands you're gonna have. Merv's making her own music. She's got some funny stuff on here. I like she's drinking a cup of coffee. Look what she's saying here. Merv added a different kind of element to with a female singer in there, but that's okay. I don't think it's really necessary. This is a really strong band, with or without a Merv. The other side of this here record here in the back, it's telling you that this is actually a music written by a very traditional, very famous Turkish singer called Neşet Ertaş. It's how you say it, Neşet Ertaş. I think that's right. Well, that's like a big, super important kind of person in Turkish music. Altin Gun is in full form here. It's just really rocking out some great songs here. There's some really good new kind of interpretations of these old songs. As they do, they bring in some funky, cool, super groovy sounds, stuff like that to make it real cool and modern and easy for people like me to understand it. Okay, I'm going to talk about the songs on the record, some of these songs, but I'm not going to try to pronounce all the titles of these songs because it's kind of difficult. I don't know how to speak Turkish. I like the first track. That one stands out to me. That one is kind of sound like a James Bondy, but more modern, kind of hip, cool sound to it. I think it's pretty cool and sexy sounding. And then the third track is also kind of got a good, funky, groovy song. It's kind of medium tempo. It's the good one. The first side of the record ends with a nice instrumental after all these nice vocals, stuff I don't understand. But if I wanted to look it up, I can look up and find out a couple things on the Googles. On the second side, the sixth track, it's got some nice orchestra type arrangements in it, which kind of sounds cool, kind of sounds a little retro, and kind of make me sound like I'm in a 70s record. And then the eighth track kind of stand out to me. That's a good one. It's got like real funky, groovy stuff going on again. Cool kind of sound of music you can kind of chill out and dance with your girlfriend. Then the record comes to a close in the 10th track. I think this is my favorite song on the record. When I heard it, it's a real mellow song, and it comes in with some synths and stuff. And them synths is sounding like kind of cheap 80s sounding synthesizer, but also they got a nice cool kind of wobble on there like they're just shaking that synthesizer. That's just a kick-ass, beautiful song. It's a perfect song. I like that song so much I decided to look up what's it means, so I did the translate on there. It's a real sad song about longing, and it's just the most painful pain that this girl don't love you back. Kind of universal pain of the unrequited love. It's a perfect song. In conclusion, I'm going to say that Altin Gun's Garip is a perfect record. I give it 5 out of 5 spears. So now I'm going to show you how to draw a perfect picture of Altin Gun. And that means I'm going to draw the lead guy, and his name is called Erdinç Ecevit Yıldız. Okay, let's just draw that head right here. That works. Working them eyebrows. He's got, we'll put in the eyes there. Okay, here's get a shape for the nose in here. Yeah, right there. Let's go ahead and put in that mouth there. Okay, get a little bit of tone in there and get these eyes as nice blue eyes are here. Deep blue. Yeah, right. It got kind of cool, mysterious look going on. Okay. Then start rounding in the cheeks and some highlights and stuff going on here and some shadows around in the eyes, around the eye socket. And you give them kind of that look. Okay. All right, this guy, let's get the nose in here. Let's see. All right, that's gonna put a cool color in there. All right, now let's get the hair going in here. That'll take a minute to draw this hair. He's got long hair. He's like me. He got long hair, and looks like he's been growing for a while. He used to have bangs. I think it's better without bangs because I don't know, it's like kind of an old-fashioned style. Now we won't keep things nice and modern here. Cool. All right. Work in more, a little more volume. We got like he's got some waviness and some curls going on in here. Let's get the beard coming in. Oh yeah, the mustache and beard. Really worked out in it. Look pretty cool. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, let's get a little more shadows. Find the cheek and stuff. Okay, yep. Just gonna put a little more volume in that hair here. Now this guy, really into the music. I seen the video of this guy in like a mall somewhere doing the traditional Turkish music. He's the real deal. He knows his stuff. This guy, he studied his homework. With highlights in there. Ah, yeah. Almost there now. They just get a little bit there. A couple more hair there. That's perfect. Altin Gun right there. For today's old record, I'm reviewing the only other Turkish thing I know about, which is this thing here called
Bulent Oracgil.
And that's Benim Leonarmasin is a very famous record from 1974. Now this record come out, it's been, you can see it's been released a lot of times in a lot of different ways, even on cassette back in the day. It's had a lot of reissues, and I finally got myself a copy of it when I was in Spain. I looked in the Turkish section. You don't find it in America or nowhere like that. I found a CD at a record store called Other Music in New York City back in the early 2000s. And then I had a fortunate situation where I got to go see Bulent come and play at Uptown New York. I think I was the only person that wasn't Turkish there. I first heard this album. I thought it sounded kind of mellow, kind of super mellow, very pretty, kind of reminded me of like a Nick Drake, but then people think it sounds like Cat Stevens and other stuff like that. It's kind of cool because the orchestrations is very Western and, you know, like I said, it reminded me of the stuff that you would hear on a Nick Drake record or something. This song opens up with a really good song called Günaydin, and it ends with it too. It has like an outro on there and with some cool street sounds and stuff. Very interesting. Rather than try to say all the names of these songs, which is too hard for me to say, I'm just going to skip to the title track. It's called Benim Leonarmasin, and very pretty, very cool song. It just, you know, instantly like it when you're going to hear it. If you're lucky enough that you live in Istanbul or somewhere like that, you can go see this guy still. This guy's the national treasure, still active. So that's a fortunate thing for music lovers. I also looked up some of the lyrics about love and peace and people not understanding each other, all kind of important universal themes. And you know before you even look it up that it's going to be saying some cool stuff like that. It make you kind of wish that I knew Turkish. But I tell you one thing, I like the way the words sound. They got different kind of sound than the words I'm used to. So it's just kind of interesting to hear someone singing so beautiful in a kind of words I'd never heard before. And then you say, hey, I know what that word is. I heard that word on the song before. This whole record is just a perfect record. I'm going to have to give it 5 out of 5 spears. You just got to listen to this thing. Now, as you might have guessed, I'm going to draw a perfect picture now.
Bulent Oracgil.
Oh, right, here goes the head. Nice. And put an ear on there. And get that nose going on. Yeah, just get those eyebrows right in there. A particular kind of eyebrow. Alright, he's got a kind of cool serious look in his eyes. He's gonna have friendly but serious look. Put some nice deep eyes in there. Get the eyes whites in there. Nice. I've been a fan of this guy for 20-something years, and well, maybe I can say Bulent Oracgil. Look, I finally did it. Long enough being a fan, I can finally say it. All them lips in there. There's a dignified look. I'm drawing him here like he looked like when the record come out in 1974. Yeah. Get the lip color in there. You get the hair. Look at that. Is he from Prodigy or is he? Now here's a Bulent Oracgil. Here we go. Let's get the hair coming in there. Just gonna build it up. I'm gonna get him that hairstyle he had back in the 70s where he had kind of a lot of big wavy hair going on top. It's kind of cool part on the sides. He's gonna be part right there on that side, and then we're just gonna get the waves and waviness coming in. Here we go. Get that working. Let's cover this other side. Yeah, look at that. This guy is something else. This guy, he had a new record in 2022, but I'm gonna draw him like he looked when he made this record. Let's get that mustache coming in. Oh yeah. Let's get he kind of got a close cut beard here. Let's not go too crazy with it. Yeah, working it in here. All right. Okay, look here. Getting beard coming in. And this guy, he worked with a lot of good musicians too. He got a great guitar player, and sometimes he has nice ladies singing with him, and you gotta get more hair. He's got a lot of hair, really. Everybody had a kind of a cool look in the 60s and early 70s. You can't have your hair too short. Here we go. Now, it's still more hair. Let's get that. He got it really kind of big on one side. Curling up. There we go. Let's get out on the other side there. All right. You get the whole show. You got to go see it. If you can chance to go see it, you got to go see this guy. Build it. You can put the neck in here. And what else? I get the highlights in. That's what we do. There's the highlights. You just show those nice wavy curls going on. It's a cool. That's a hip dude in Turkey right there. Look at this. Okay, almost done now. Get it working in. Get a little bit of shadow on the cheeks. And all around there. What else we gonna do here? Just get a little neck shadow there and put some little highlights on the eyes. I think that's pretty good for Bulent Oracgil. Heck yeah! That's all the time we got today. We're talking about music. Thank you for watching Tune vs. Spear. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to say, save the records.